Hey, I'm Brandon Walters, and I'm here with the man behind the idea of the Social Story Conference coming up in Greenville, September 24th. This is Trey Pennington. Trey, tell us a little bit about the conference and why you started it. What was the idea behind getting it going?
Well, the whole idea behind Social Story Conference is to change the focus off of the technology and the platforms that are emerging and capturing everyone's fascination, and instead focus on something that's more enduring, and that is stories and storytelling. Matter of fact, just last week, Tom Peters, who's well known for In Search of Excellence, Thriving on Chaos, Reimagine, and just a whole bunch of other best-selling business books, just last week he said, story is more powerful than the brand, so focus on storytelling. And so if Tom Peters says that story is more powerful than brand, I'm not going to argue with him, but I take that as confirmation that the focus on discovering, developing, and delivering good stories will make all the difference, regardless if the platform is Twitter or Facebook or a blog. You know, Twitter, Facebook, they're going to go away at some point. Maybe not next year,
Replaced,
but something else will replace Twitter and Facebook. And so if you spend all your time figuring out how to get the most followers on Twitter, then you haven't invested in something that will endure to the next thing. Whatever you invest in your ability to shape a story and tell a story, that will endure to the next platform. So your investment will continue to pay off.
And the conference itself is about helping people find their story.
Yep.
Would you say that's true?
Yep, helping them discover, develop, and deliver the story. And we have an incredible cast of characters who have actually been there and done that. Rick Murray, who's the president of Edelman Digital in Chicago, I talked with him about how an organization of that size, the #1 PR firm in the world, how do they transition and adapt from traditional PR to incorporating social media and emerging technology. And he told me that Richard Edelman hired him in 2004 not to build a Facebook fan page because he didn't exist back then, or to get the blog going, or let's do our YouTube channel. He hired Rick to go assess the culture that existed around the world at Edelman's offices, as he wanted to see, what do we have to work with, what's our existing culture, and then how will our culture need to change in order to adapt and adopt emerging technology, which I thought was a fascinating and very insightful approach to social media.
That's incredibly forward thinking.
Yes.
He sees the new technology coming and says, you know what, we need to be ready for the new technology in a different way, not just jump on it, but have something to engage with it.
Most people look at technology and say, what do we need to do?
Right.
Edelman said, hey, this thing is coming, who do we need to be?
Right.
Which I think is a fundamentally different question.
Well, and that's what the conference is all about.
Absolutely.
It's everybody can jump on. Everybody has jumped on.
They have.
Not everybody, but most people have jumped on, and it's almost become passé now. It's almost too much now with social media because it's oversaturated a little bit. So how do you stand out using social media, and that's who are you going to be? And so the conference is helping you find out who you're going to be.
Definitely. And part of developing a story and a marketing concept, and I'll be quick to say that storytelling is a traditional art form that is an oral, live, in the moment, requires an audience in order for it to be true storytelling. So for the storytelling purists that are out there, I want to acknowledge the fact that storytelling is an art form. Telling a story in the marketing world is also an art form that begins from a foundation of caring for other people and with an intent to listen to other people. So one of the things that folks will see in the Social Story Conference is the role of listening and paying attention to the people you seek to serve. Because one of the things a storyteller wants to do is to create an experience for and for the benefit of his hearers. Imagining a marketing department that exists in order to create things that help other people create what they want to create.
That's not how it's been done in the past. It's been, here's my story, here, instead of, now what do you have to say about that?
Exactly. It's here, I was looking at one very, very well-known and good business-to-business marketer, someone who knows how to sell products. I looked at what they're doing on Twitter, and their entire stream is read our CEO's interview in Wall Street Journal. Hear our analyst report. You know, it's me, nonstop. And so the storyteller is not at all about me. And traditional marketing has probably been built on, here's our product, here are our features, here's our price,
you got 30
here's our
seconds to do it.
deadline.
You know, you got to say what you can say in 30 seconds. It makes perfect sense.
You know, buy now, $49.95, but wait, there's more. You know, call 1-800-NOT-GOOD, and if the lines are busy, please call back.
No, and so do you think because of that, it's just people have just been bombarded too much, and so now there's this new trend towards engaging a little bit differently? Is that?
There's definitely a lot of talk toward that aim, and I guess you have to start talking about something before you can actually start adopting it. So I guess you know, for us to have tablet computers today, it had to be on Star Trek 20 years ago. So I guess we have to start talking about engagement while we're longing and pursuing after actual engagement. Engagement is impossible if we're not listening to one another.
Do you see any companies already adapting this?
There's some that are just exceptional, and they're well-known names. Zappos is one, and the founder of Zappos, his intent is to make people happy. I mean, you know, and he does it with shoes, and he does an excellent job. Amazon actually does a very good job of not only listening, but setting up the platforms so that we can listen to each other.
Right.
Which is a beautiful and not often celebrated fact of what Amazon has done. Amazon's made it possible for members of a community to hear each other, which is a beautiful thing indeed.